This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, I'm Berka Sisa and this is the Pulse of Africa. Our top stories for today. Russia vows equal partnership with African nations. Congolese and Rwandan presidents to attend two-day summit on Goma. China to impose 10 up to 15% tariffs on some US products. El Salvador offers to house violent US criminals and deportees. Now to stories in detail. Russian Senator Andriy Klimov reaffirmed Russia's dedication to enhancing ties with African nations, emphasizing equal partnerships and respect for their sovereignty regardless of their political systems. Klimov emphasized the need to further strengthen the party-to-party ties with Prosperity Party of Ethiopia to bolster bilateral relations and multilateral cooperation between the two countries. Andriy Klimov visited Ethiopia for the ruling Prosperity Party Second Congress in Addis Ababa from January 31st to February 2nd, 2025. He later shared insights with the media at the Russian Science and Cultural Center in the capital, Addis Ababa. He reaffirmed Russia's commitment to enhancing ties with African nations, irrespective of their political systems, emphasizing equal partnership and respect for their sovereignty as guiding principles. Russia aims to facilitate technology transfer through mutual beneficial business cooperation in various countries, he highlighted. Now to the Great Lakes crisis. Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwandan President Paul Kagame will attend a two-day summit in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to address the escalating conflict in eastern Congo, Kenyan President William Ruto announced. The summit, set for Friday and Saturday, will bring together heads of states from the East African Community and Southern African Development Community (SADC) to discuss regional security and diplomatic efforts. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is also expected to attend, as are Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni and Somalian President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. Meanwhile, the Alliance Fleuve Congo rebel group, including M23 force, has declared a ceasefire starting February 4 for humanitarian reasons. The group said the ceasefire was for humanitarian reasons, blaming the government in Kinshasa for allegedly causing it. Now to Tunisia. Italy and Tunisia have launched the ILMED project, marking the first direct current electric connection between Europe and Africa. This strategic initiative, managed by the Italian grid operator Tema and Tunisia's stake, aims to integrate renewable energy across both continents. A 200-kilometer submarine cable will connect the two countries, forming a key part of Italy's MATI plan to enhance Mediterranean cooperation. The partnership seeks to reduce dependency on fossil fuels and bolster the clean energy goals of both nations. This corridor is expected to deliver 4 million tons of hydrogen annually by 2030. Supporting the EU's clean energy ambitions. Italian Coast Guard rescued 130 migrants and refugees attempting to cross the Mediterranean Sea aboard an overcrowded fishing boat in poor conditions. The rescue operation took place 90 miles southeast of Isola di Capo Rizotto in the province of Crotone. Two Coast Guard patrol boats were deployed to reach the vessel, navigating through a challenging environment with strong winds and waves up to 4 meters, according to the Coast Guard. Once on scene, the crew transferred all passengers to safety. Since the beginning of this year, 3,673 people have crossed the Mediterranean from North Africa to Italy.
Ethiopia is my blood, your story and our identity, ornamented by centuries of sacrifice. The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. All the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Shifting to WHO, World Health Organization Director General has urged global health officials to encourage the U.S. to reconsider its decision to withdraw from the agency. This comes amid concerns raised during a WHO budget meeting regarding the potential impact of losing the United States, its larger donor. The U.S. contributes around 988 million USD to WHO, making up to about 40% of its 6.9 billion USD budget. Internal reports indicate that several WHO programs, including its health emergencies efforts, are heavily dependent on U.S. funding. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus added that it is important for all member states to work together to bring U.S. back into the fold. Now to U.S. aid agency. Staff were locked out of U.S. states' computer systems overnight, and those who still had access received emails notifying them that the headquarters would be closed to agency personnel. This directive has sparked concern among employees. Democratic lawmakers have voiced strong opposition, arguing that Trump's lack constitutional authority to shut down the agency without approval from Congress. They contend that such a move would undermine critical global programs and U.S. foreign policy. U.S. aid plays a vital role in delivering humanitarian aid, supporting economic development, and promoting peace and security in over 120 countries, making it a crucial tool for U.S. foreign relations. Finally, to El Salvador. El Salvador has agreed to house violent U.S. criminals and receive deportees of any nationality. Both countries in an unprecedented deal with the Trump administration that has alarmed critics and right groups. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio unveiled the agreement after meeting with Salvadorian President Nayib Bukele on Monday, as he visits several Central American countries to drive forward Trump administration agenda on migration. In an act of extraordinary friendship to our country, El Salvador has agreed to most unprecedented and extraordinary migratory agreement anywhere in the world, Rubio told reporters. The country will continue accepting Salvadorian deportees who illegally enter the U.S., he said. It will also accept for deportation any illegal alien in the United States who is a criminal from any nationality, he added. That's all for today, and Buzayu is ready for business news.
Hello viewers, I'm Buzayu Wagala with the business news. First, the headlines. Africa's largest mining summit opens in South Africa. China to impose 10 to 50% tariffs on some U.S. products. Now the news in detail. Africa's largest mining summit opened in Cape Town, South Africa on Monday to discuss the continent's mining future and investment opportunities. The four-day event themed Future-Proofing African Mining Today has attracted ministers, experts, and investors from around the world. South Africa's Mineral and Petroleum Resources Minister, Gwede Mantashe, represented President Cyril Ramaphosa at the summit, calling on African countries to leverage their mineral wealth to foster development amid growing global demand for industrial minerals. Despite Africa's vast mineral resources, the continent remains impoverished, Mantashe stated, and emphasized that Africa holds 90% of the world's chromium and platinum, 40% of its gold, and the largest reserve of cobalt, vanadium, manganese, and uranium. He urged African nations to ensure their people benefit from these resources to avoid a situation where mineral-rich countries remain poor, while proposing that Africa should consider withholding its minerals in retaliation, arguing that Africa has valuable resources the world needs. Now to U.S.-China trade war. In a tit-for-tat move, China announced today two tariffs of some U.S. products will be imposed next week. Beijing will impose tariffs of 10 to 15% on some U.S. products starting on February 10, 2025. Meanwhile, China's State Administration for Market Regulation said it has launched a formal investigation into U.S. tech giant Google over a suspected violation of China's anti-monopoly law. The latest development comes after U.S. President Donald Trump imposed a 10% of tariffs on imports from China. That's all the news for today, and thank you for joining the Pulse of Africa. Let me take you to the latest global commodity price news.
That's all from us today. Don't forget to check our website for updates on this and other stories. We thank you for joining us.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.